Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Chamber of Commerce and its Government Affairs Committee, I'm Richard Bishop, and I have the pleasure again of making the introductions for the Mayor's State of the City address here this afternoon at the Chamber of Commerce of Scranton. It's an exciting time for the City of Scranton and, of course, for the nation. We're going to be hearing from our President tonight in terms of the economic turmoil it's facing the country, and, of course, no city is immune. Some people say, well, Scranton maybe is closer to immune than others because the highs have never been that high and the lows don't get that low. But it's also a year in which our city will be electing a new mayor and, or the same mayor. We have a mayor election coming up, right, Chris? And I don't know if there's been an official announcement, but we think we have an idea of who might be running in that campaign. So it's a particularly auspicious time for us to hear about the state of the city. And of course, as we drive around Scranton, and despite the challenges, many good things have happened, and I'm sure the mayor is going to report on it. But we see downtown development still making great strides with the cooperation of the Chamber of Commerce, which has made a fundamental and influential contribution to development in the area, particularly the new business park within inside the city limits, where it's very hard to find land to develop a project of that kind, and takes the cooperation of quite a few people. The greeting to the Mayor of the City of Scranton, Chris Doherty.
Good afternoon, everyone. Austin, thank you very much. Leslie, thank you for always acting as our host. I address you today for the 7th time. And I think back to 7 years ago when I talked to you about our hopes and dreams of where we were going and how we were going to get there. 7 years ago, we were at the University of Scranton on the 5th floor of Brennan Hall, and we looked at the challenges that the city faced at that time. We were a city that was under sanctions from the state government. We could not receive money for paving and for bridges and for all grants. And we were a city that was in need of a lot of help. I stood before you and I said I was going to focus on 3 things: our city's economy, our downtown, and our park system. How are we doing and where are we going from here? Well, how are we doing? If you look at our downtown, I talked about 7 years ago that I was going to connect the dots on Lackawanna Avenue. I was going to take from the Radisson Hotel down to the Lackawanna Avenue Bridge, and we were going to connect the dots. And we were going to start with the Hilton Hotel. The Hilton Hotel had stopped construction at that time. There was no work going on. We were able to put that deal together and get it done. Across the street was a vacant lot, which now stands the Casey Garage, and houses Molly Brennigan's and NovaCare. Down the street was the Woolworths store, which was empty for over 15 years. Today, Santa Fe Pasteur is located there, along with Morgan Stanley. Next door to that is the Southern Union building, which was empty at the time. In fact, it had just left from WDAU, had closed its offices. If you moved down the street, the movie theaters had closed. We reopened them and reinvested in them. The Chamber of Commerce, if you go down one more block, was the first entity to invest in our downtown with the Incubator building, a $6 million building that's now filled, that allows entrepreneurs for the opportunity to become successful. A lot of those entrepreneurs have moved from the Incubator building into office space in our downtown. And lastly, as we go down to the end of that street, the Lackawanna Avenue Bridge, which is now seeing $5 million in complete replacement. We set out a plan. We followed it, and we are achieving it. Next door to Lackawanna Avenue, you'll see the Intermodal Center starting later this year. On the other side of that is the old Delaware, New Jersey train station, which will see renovations this year. And that had received a $2 million grant from Governor Rendell. The reason why I wanted to connect the dots is because I wanted to create a strong barrier, a strong line on Lackawanna Avenue. I wanted to build off of it. And we've done that. On Adams Avenue, if you go down from the Hilton Hotel, you have the Medallion Garage, which is all filled with streetscape businesses, whether it's a hair salon or a nightclub. You go down Washington Avenue, and you look at the new parking garage we're putting up next door to the Connell building, which is a $26 million project, which we are starting internal demolition. We started 3 weeks ago, which will be retail on the first floor, commercial on the second and third, and housing from the 4th to the 8th floor. We are committed to our downtown. I said I wanted to commit to the downtown because your communities are defined by your downtown. Are they active? Are they vibrant? Are there people on the street? Are there people out at nighttime? Look at the amount of restaurants that have started in our downtown, that have created a nightlife to make Scranton a 24-hour city.